Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Friendster, Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick. It's your boy Tone 202 coming at you one more again with another excerpt of The NBA is Fix. Yo, this goes out to Supreme Allah asking some questions about Golden State Warriors. He wanted to know what's the beef between Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, and I did some brief reading on it, and didn't really say that they had an issue, but I guess Supreme is asking, is it just rumor mill? And the answer is it's a soap opera, Supreme. That's what it is. It's just one big soap opera, and and it's made for us to feed into it. And these players are just a bunch of prima donnas that flop all over the floor. And the game has been so skewed to the point that I keep telling you guys it's just not real anymore. It's not even real basketball. Yeah, Steph Curry can shoot the lights out when he's allowed to, but as you saw in Game 7, he had 11 points or something like that. I mean, this guy would shoot the ball and look at the defender, and the ball would go in. He would just and look at the defender, and he only made 11 points. So I'm saying all that to say this: they have separated the talent of the player from the game. If you go out and you watch high school ball, and you see how them boys hustle, and they practice, and the coach is all over them, and and they're getting in formation, and they're passing the ball, and it's all hustle. You can see the honesty in the game. You can see the pride that the team has, even when they lose. You can see the collective effort. You can't really see that in the NBA. And what's happening now is what we can see is how easily teams fall apart just because of the hierarchy of the players and their egos, and how their egos just don't mesh together. And it's like, well, would you ever see that in high school basketball? You'll never see that. You will never see that in high school basketball. It's either you get on the floor and you play, or you go sit the bench, or go find something else to do. And that's it. That's it. And that's the way the NBA should be. But money changes things. Now, the thing about Curry is he's such a good player when he's allowed to be, that the Clippers said, when he becomes a free agent, we'll hunt him down, let him leave. We'll take him. LA Clippers is like, we'll take him. You know, come out here and play with Chris Paul or whoever else is out there. And the Clippers said they'll take him, and the Spurs was like, hey, we'll take him. Truthfully, I think anybody will take him. But these teams are looking at him because of his superstar star status, and either trying to get their team back in the playoff runnings or stay in the playoffs running. And we all know that the Spurs have been in the playoffs and or championship games and or won the championship, but their superstar has just left. So when you look at that strategic move, you have to look at nothing but ticket sales. You have to look at that. Tim Duncan is gone, and he was a major draw, a major contributor to the game and to ticket sales. So they're trying to not only fit, somebody in who can pretty much keep that revenue coming in, but also can make a serious contribution to the game itself. Now, that's not always the case. Just because you have a good name, it doesn't mean that you are a good box office draw and a good player. And there are, a few cases of that. And who's that guy, the 7'1" center? Uh, oh my God, he's the prima donna of them all. I forgot what his name is. Black dude. Uh, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is overhyped. Always has been to me. He's huge, and he cannot. He is the perfect example of who you do not want on your team, even though he looks the part. But whenever he gets on a team, he just gets he gets the coaches fired. Like this dude, his ego just rips a team completely apart. Like you don't want nothing to do. But listen, who's the worst team in the league? The 76ers? Listen, if I was on the 70, if I was a coach of the 76er or I was an owner or whoever has a say in the trade, I would be like, I will take somebody who's third rate before I take Dwight Howard if I have a good starting three. Look, we may suck, but these three guys, they do what we ask them to do. We can build on that. It's just like what LeBron James was saying. He was like, "Look, I'm good, but I can't be just good on my own. I need Irving or Love, and I think Love has been traded, but I need JR. I need these people to be around me. This is the only reason why he agreed to stay in Cleveland. And I don't mean to start talking about LeBron James again. I'm just using him as an example, but nonetheless. So moving back to Steph Curry, when you're looking at this, these moves that are possible, you have to understand that he is a major, major box office draw. And some teams want him just because of that. Just because, listen, he could, he could go out on the floor and be subpar for a couple games, but then light up the scoreboard for just like a few games. And he will still be a huge box office draw because people want to see that. If he goes out and he sucks a couple games like he did in Game 7, it's like, it happens. But we know this guy he's such an entertainer. He's such an entertainer when it comes to the game that it's beyond basketball what Steph Curry can do. It's beyond basketball. His father played basketball. Steph Curry's just playing with us. Steph Curry's father played basketball. Steph Curry is just playing with us. He's that talented. If you ever seen this guy practice, he practiced with beer goggles on, and he dribbles with both hands with beer goggles on and shoots like this. It's beyond, like, his talent is past what anybody should be doing in the NBA, and it's the NBA. You see what I mean? So Steph Curry's just out there just playing with us. He's just having fun when he can do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. He is in the top 2% when it comes to the league, and he can navigate through the league pretty much however he wants to. Like, no coach is going to be like, no, we don't want that today. No coach in their right mind is going to be like, Steph, nah, we don't. No, because he's young, he's talented, and he's a huge box office draw. So to answer your question, Supreme, I'm not really sure if there is a question. This is just an opinion. These people, it's just another soap opera, and I don't think there's any truth to a beef that they may have or an issue that they may have other than their two superstars, and this is all to get you hyped up until the actual season starts, and then we see what they're going to do. Oh, let's see what it's just a soap opera. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see what Steph is gonna do. Let's see if everybody's gonna get along with Draymond Green. If he's gonna kick more people in the nuts. Let's let's see if KD is gonna be a prima donna and storm off the court, or out of practice, you know, or choke a coach or something like that. Remember the dude who choked his coach? Who was that guy? he just he just choked his coach. I actually saw him at a club in Chicago. And oh man, I forgot what that dude's name was, but he was on the floor dancing. I was like, "Hey, that's so and so." But yeah. So it's all entertainment. Supreme, my brother. What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Mr. Jason Ross? You guys out there, and it's your boy Tone 202. Peace.